Right, I'm going to start again. This is specifically for the BBC. I have been suffering a mental illness since 1994 when I came back from Thailand. The reason the mental illness started was because when I was leaving Thailand, a girl came up to me and gave me a number on her hand, 350. She had a passport photo. She said that was my security. It was a passport photo of someone from Mongolia. So I come back to England, and when I went to Thailand, I was on the run for a GBH Section 18 wounding of someone. So I run to Thailand, and I experienced Thailand ecstasy and the party era of ecstasy, house music. I experienced all that, and afterwards, I suppose that people would have said I was psychotic, but I went to Japan. I did the biggest fashion show in Tokyo. I can explain all that to you, but anyway, the gist of the story of how the mental health come around. I was given this number 350, and I come back and I was picked up at Heathrow Airport by officers from Brixton Prison because I was on bail for the charge at the High Court. I got took into Brixton Prison. I was in there, then I was transferred to another prison, and I went back to prison to the same cell the same day. There was a Jamaican boy in there. I sat down and I said, "It must tell me in the Bible why I've gone and I've come back." He said, "No, I was reading it, I was reading it, I was reading it." I said, "No, let me look." And I was married at the time. My wife had stayed with me even when I was in Thailand for 2 years. And Asia. And with my left hand, I turn it to page 350. This is the page that I see. In the top left-hand corner, 350. In the middle, it says 1 King 7. But I wasn't focused on that. I was just focused on my number, 350. So I did basic mathematics. After looking at this page, I got transferred to Idown. That's another Jow in Surrey. A boy was in the block. He got out of the block for rioting. I had to smoke the ash, the ganja, the marijuana, the ash. I went and smoked with him, and he opened his backgammon board, and there was a Gideon's New Testament. So I said, "Let me try once more." And again, with my left hand, I turn it to page 350. When I've turned it to page 350, in the middle of the page, I don't know the top page because the Bible, the book, the Gideon's New Testament, is in all the hotels and all the prisons. I turned it in psychosis. I would have said, well, I don't know what you would call it. It's not. It's the journey, the spiritual journey. I turned it with my left hand to page 350, and what does it say? Anything I say, you can check out. Anything. Page 350 says plot to kill Paul. Now I understand who Paul is. Paul myself and Paul the disciple. But now this is what I want you to get a little bit intrigued about. 350. 3 plus 5 plus 0 equals 8. So I thought kings, not focused on 1 King 7, just focused on kings because I've been in Thailand, King's Lounge where I partied, King's Love Boat where I gave all the Japanese yen to Mama Zan. I experienced it. So, I never thought there was a plot to kill Paul. But I thought Paul, and I've read on in the Bible. I don't know the story, but it goes to King saved Paul. So I was focused on King. Basic mathematics, the same as Michael Jackson. A, B, C. 1, 2, 3. Basic mathematics. 3 plus 5 plus 0. 8. Now after the journey isn't Paul the disciple who told everyone you don't have to be circumcised on the 8th day? Was it Paul? Otherwise, would we have all been circumcised? But you can get what I'm getting at, 350. So, I came out of jail and I was back with my wife. I went to my brother's home with his wife and I said, I've got a number. There was an old lady there, she had had a drink. She said, I've got 100 years old Bible. I said, well, get the Bible. So she went and got the Bible. I said, watch this, Mickey, watch the family, two young couples with children. Turned it with my left hand for my wife, and in big bold capital letters, it's got the first book of Kings. I was infatuated. I thought, number 8. So now, I went and looked a little bit of the library, and it was all a bit fast. I thought, something's happened here. So I went to the big Buddhist the monastery in Wimbledon, sat down, went through the ceremony, the chanting, went through it all, went to the elder and said to the elder, I want to know about King number 8. Well, there was so much commotion. Security, police, you are not allowed to ask anything about number 8. Well, that was when the fascination started. Number 8. Me daughter's born in the 8th month, my eldest daughter. My sister's born in the 8th month. And there's 8 days between them in the 8th month. Now, a few years ago, my grandson, so they say, I've never seen him, I don't know, he's born on the 8th of the 8th. So you can get, I was focused on 8. So then I thought, oh, hold on a moment. Perhaps I'm a poor king. So a king's got to live in a palace. So I live Crystal Palace, Palace Road, number 13. Unlucky for some. Well, and this is what I was going through. And then as I was going through it, I was getting sectioned under the Mental Health Act. And then I was getting the game of pool. I thought, how amazing. The game of pool. To win, you've got to pot the 8 ball. The black was my father, the white my mother, and the 8. I was fascinated by 8. Then John Paul, the Pope, he gets buried on the 8th and hands it over to Benedict XVI. Well, I am the person who can explain more about 8 and 16 than any human. In Asia, it's 8. I understand that. But when I explain page 350, it explains 8 and 16. It takes it to a different concept. And obviously, I was brought up in 24, so I know about 24 as a child, which is the number of hours in a day. I must have a little pause and have a drink. Hold on one moment. BBC, let me explain to you about 350. You've paid £350 to Gavin Tonks when he went over the pier at Brighton. I know more about 350, the page, everything. This is the waiting for me. I've been waiting for years. This is the first time on the computer I've got this up. I don't know how to do it. It's all coming. Just please, just send someone. It's all written. I've got writings from years ago all under the bed. It's all come true. Come, BBC. BBC, madness, mental health, big problem. Big problem. Let me explain my mental health issues, my madness. It's all come true. Who am I? I don't know. The hospitals know. They know there's something. When I'm in there, it's writing. 3, 5. Come, BBC. Please come. I don't want money. I want to show the world madness. I want to show the world madness. BBC, come please. It goes well. It goes well. explaining you paid him 350, it goes well. It gives me the opportunity to get near someone to explain the story. Mental health, it is me. I can explain Brexit, I can explain Donald Trump, and I can explain Leicester, I can explain the whole lot. Please come, BBC. Can explain myself, BBC. Compulsive gambler since the age of 8, compulsive. Lost a fortune, compulsive. But the fact is, bookmaker. BBC, bookmaker. I know I've created the ultimate book, and it only needs a bit of help from the people who see Gavin for me to explain my story. It's intriguing. Even the roulette wheel, every number on the roulette wheel adds up to 666. Cocaine, the devil's dandruff. Jesus, 888. 18. China, Japan, Asia. No one has ever explained 2816. And 24 is the hours in a day. Please, BBC, let me explain 8 and 16. Page 3501, Kings 7. The old page adds up to 16. I've been writing since 94, but I lost some writings in France in 98 going to the World Cup. I was writing already. But I've got writings from 2001 explaining 8 and 16. You know, look at 8. Chinese New Year. 8th of the 2nd, 16. Donald Trump, 16. Brexit, 16. Leicester, 16. Let me explain 16. Even year 17, Dead Man's Year, let me explain it all. Granville Tower, room 16. BBC, come and see the reporter you need to report on page 350. Thank you. You've got kings, you've got popes. I can even explain Henry VIII, and I can't explain Rama VIII. I want someone to explain it to me, or look at it in great detail. BBC, just come. Mental health. Room 16, oblique 16, year 16, private sector, room number 8, Kingston Ward. Let me explain year 16, it's all written in diary form. Come and get me, help me, please, BBC.